Hi, I am Solomon Alexander, and welcome back to Strong Talk. This is where we help young men and young individuals become the better version of themselves. What are we doing today? Well, as you can see on the screen, we are participating in Project Kaizen. Now, a brief overview of what Project Kaizen is. It's simply another thing like 75 hard, right? So, the point of this is so we can become better. Like I said before, this is Strong Talk. This is where we become better. Not just you and not just I. So, I'm not the best version of myself that I could be. So, I am also participating in Project Kaizen. So, we're going to watch this video and break it down a little bit just to see what he has to say about it. Then I have a presentation prepared for you. And we can get right into it.
You can change your life in 100 days time. I mean, completely turn it around. I am talking 180. There is a common misconception that in order to change your life, you have to commit to years and years and years of transitioning and trying different things and that kind of stuff. And although I do agree to an extent, I am a firm believer that with the right daily habits, you can completely transform your life in just 100 days. Because when you choose specific habits and you match those habits with dedicated consistency, those habits tend to compound very, very quickly. Now, this idea of an intense, dedicated transformation isn't easy to accomplish. It's what's known as a training arc. And a training arc is a period of time where you completely lock the fuck in. It's an extreme challenge to yourself to change your life in a certain amount of days. I mean, you may have heard of things like 75 Hard, Monk Mode, Project 50. These are all examples of training arcs. And the thing is that each of these challenges, each of these training arcs have their own objectives, right? Typically, it is down the line of becoming more disciplined. With Monk Mode, you have to meditate, you have to wake up at a certain time, you have to eat certain food, you have to cut out things like alcohol and drugs and...
Now, with me personally, I'm not religious. I don't follow a certain religion. I also don't do drugs, alcohol, or anything of that substance. No weed, none of that. So, certain things here may not apply to me, but they may apply to you. No, we are not going to copy this word for word, and I don't plan to watch the whole video. But the point of this is so that we can understand a bit better what are we doing here. And I would discuss that a bit more in our presentation also.
bad habits. With 75 Hard, you have to wake up at a certain time, you have to drink a certain amount of water, you have to work out twice a day, you have to eat certain food and read a certain amount of pages of a book. And these are all fantastic, but they're not very tailored to a specific outcome. It's just improving yourself as a whole. But what if you started a training arc that was curated with the habits of the most successful people in the world, and it was a training arc that had a very specific outcome to achieve, an outcome to develop your mind, improve your body, and make more money? Well, there is a training arc that does those exact things, my friend. And that training arc is known as Project Kaizen. It's a training arc that I built myself on the back of the habits of the most successful people of our generation and prior. It's a training arc that doesn't only improve your discipline and make you healthier, but it makes you smarter, makes you more aligned with what you want to achieve, allows you to make more money, grow your network, and basically evolve as a young, aspiring entrepreneur. Not even entrepreneur, but just ambitious person in general that wants more out of life. Now, I've done Project Kaizen myself. I did the 100-day challenge and finished off in September of last year. And the challenge completely shocked me and changed my life, and I'm the one that created it. It grew my personal brand by something like 60,000 followers. It grew my business by something like 67% over the period of 3 and a bit months. Because it's a challenge that made me lock.
Now, his results are not uncommon. They're extraordinary, but they're not uncommon. And that's really what I want to talk about today, is how we can become that too. So, with this is the Kaizen Project. This is why I am starting it. How can you relate? Now, as I said earlier, I don't do drugs, alcohol, weed, or anything of that nature. And I'm also not religious. So, certain things may not apply to me. This is why it's not present in here. But certain things may apply to you. So, this is just my general aspect of the Kaizen Project and how this would work for me, because this is the only person I can speak for. Now, things we're going to cover is some common problems, some solutions. Why now? What can you do? Because again, this is for us. It's not just for me. My approach, my content schedule, vlog thoughts, roadmap, and contact info. Everything here would be sent to you, but I don't know how to do all that. So I'm just going to go over it. Also, I'm going to link his video in the description because I'm not watching the whole video with you. But if you go and watch the video yourself, you can see some more of his insights and some more of his progress too. Now, some common problems, especially with just most people, not even specific to the Kaizen Project, but it's just being lazy. You want all the results, but you don't want to put in the work. And you also liking consistency. You don't want to do it every single day. Or you do it when you feel like it, you lack motivation, and then you just fall off. Also, there's a lot of internal conflict and self-doubt. With a plan, you don't have to think about it. You just act on it because this is what it tells you to do. A simple set of instructions. You don't really have to think much. Now, some solutions that we have. Who is it for? How do you combat being lazy? You remember your purpose. You remember why you're doing it. Don't sell that person short. It may be yourself, it may be your family members, or maybe just be your goal at the end of the day. Do not sell yourself short and do not sell them short. Also, accountability. Accountability is such a huge part in many, many things, not even just for the Kaizen Project. Having a vlog. This is my way of journaling. Having a vlog or trackers or way to track your progress will help significantly and make you feel better about what you're doing also. And you don't need to doubt yourself if you just have a simple plan and you just stick to it and you look at that and you look forward to that. You don't have to rethink it. You don't have to think that, oh, maybe I'm doing this wrong. No, just stick to the plan. You will make mistakes. That is guaranteed. You will make mistakes. Now, why should we do this now? Why not tomorrow? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. You have to do it now. Because tomorrow turns into a week turns into a month turns into a year. Now you're looking for your New Year's resolution. Well, you could have just started today. Men as a whole are getting weaker and less capable. You're starting to see things that need to be done not getting done. People are getting lazier, weaker, softer. Don't be like them. Be better. We don't want that. How can you provide for yourself if you're not even willing to get out of bed? How can you provide for yourself if you're not willing to go outside and make your money and make sure that you provide and make sure that whatever you hold down is secure? You can't do that if you're weak-minded and you're lazy. You do not want to fall behind. There's people that are much better than myself who's not even speaking on these topics that are doing much better than I am. There's always going to be people ahead of you, but there's also always going to be people behind you if you keep on moving forward. So keep moving forward. Like I said it before I even came to the slide. If not now, then when? Then when? When will you start? You won't. There is no tomorrow. How much more do you need to realize that this is unacceptable? This lifestyle is unacceptable. We have to be better. I'm not going to scream. I'm not going to yell. Because my words mean something. I'm telling you this because I want to get better myself. Not because I feel like talking, but because I want to get better myself. We can work together. Opposed to against each other. That's what strong talk is for. So, what can you do? Opposed to just listening to me, what can you do? You can work with me. As I said before, I have a content schedule inside of here, and this is how I will be laying down my content, so that I can make sure I consistently post vlogs and check-ins and stuff of how I'm doing with my challenge too. And then after however long this challenge may last, we can document our progress, and then we can just make a whole little compilation and see the aftermath of such. Also, this is what me recording videos are for, is so that I can see the progress myself day by day. And this is why I suggest you do the same. Social media content creation. This is the route that I'm currently taking. This is my form of journaling. Becoming 1% better. This is the heart and soul of the Kaizen Project. You don't have to become 10% better, 20% better, 100% better every single day. No, 1% better. The days are going to come regardless. Why not be getting better as the days come by? Taking accountability. This is the bread and butter. This is the bread and butter. You need this for everything. If you don't take accountability for your actions, then your actions are not your own. And if your actions are not your own, that means you did or did not do it. That's not good. It's not good. It may sound, oh, if I just don't take accountability for my actions, then it ain't my fault. No, it's still your fault. You just didn't learn from it. And now you're going to repeat it over and over and over again. Target a weak point. How can you improve on something if you don't know what you're improving on? You need to find out what you're not good at, what's your weakest point, and become stronger at it. Michael Jordan used to be a terrible shooter. Terrible. He sucked at it. That was his weakest point among all of his other skills and abilities. His three-point shot was terrible. He worked on it. Shot after shot. He kept working on it. Now he's a great shot. Now you can't leave him open. Because he found his weak point. He worked on it. Work on your weak points to make them your strong points. Stay with it. Consistency is king. You have been consistently doing the wrong things, and now you're great at doing the wrong things. If you are consistent in doing the right things, you will be great in doing the right things. Consistency is king. Now, how am I going to do this? What is my approach? Getting a physical win. Getting a physical win. Running, if you like to run. Lift, if you like the gym. Train, if you have a specific skill or sport in mind. You need to become the best version of yourself. You cannot do that if you don't like the way you look. How can you say you've been better or you're doing better if you don't even want to look in the mirror? A mental win. Your mind is just as strong, if not stronger than the body. You need to learn. You need to read. You need to create. A book that I'm going to start to read is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Pretty sure you've heard of it. It's a pretty old book by now. Something for you to look forward to and to keep yourself busy. Because God knows what you do when you're bored. God knows what you do when you're lazy. I don't know what you do. But I know that me personally, I want to make sure that I don't repeat bad habits. We live in a world where people's thoughts are not even their own. When they think, it's not theirs. They think it's theirs, but it's not even their own thoughts. They're doing something because they think they want to, but in reality, it's what they've been told. They're not thinking for themselves. They're thinking for somebody else. Don't be like that. Be better. We can be better. This is what Strong Talk is for. A spiritual one. Meditation. Pray. Give. Again, I'm not religious. But you don't need to be religious to meditate. You don't need to be religious to give. You can give a part of yourself. Somebody told me that the homeless people that's on the street with the signs and stuff ain't really homeless and it's really just their 9 to 5. I'm now scared to give my money away to homeless people because I don't know if that's like their job and they just going home to like a mansion or not. But give, give and meditate. Meditation is such a great thing for the body and the mind. It gives you a second to stop. Sometimes we just need to stop, freeze in place. Just sit there. And take a breather. It gives you a sharpness, a sense of focus, so that you can perceive your task and the best of your abilities. You are the main character of your story, but you're not the main character of the world. Yeah, I quoted myself. What you gonna do about it? Humble beginnings create blissful ends. Go ahead and write that down, because that's a tough quote. That's a tough quote. Go ahead and write that down. My contact info will be at the end if you want to go ahead and get my credits. And here's my content schedule. The type of videos I would be creating would be the Kaizen vlogs. This is something I could create daily to keep myself on track. This is my form of journaling. Talk about problems men may have and solutions. My first video, how porn is bad for the body, mind, and the spirit. This is a problem that a lot of men have, and it's a problem that I had. So, it'll be another thing that I will be talking about. More problems. Showing my weaknesses. I can't sit here and tell you all the good and all how you can just do this and that, you will be okay. No, it's not true. It's not true at all. I have weaknesses too. There's problems with me too. I'm human too. This is what Strong Talk is for. This is for so then I can connect with you. Showing how we can make strengths. It is not all about the weaknesses. Don't be hard on the person. Be hard on the problem. If there's a problem, you face the problem with all of your strength. And then you make that into a strength. You don't focus on the problem. They complain about the problem. And then now all you can think about is the problem. And you haven't even made a solution. We turn problems into strengths. If you have a problem with talking to people, talk to more people. Go outside. Talk to more people. Give a simple compliment. A genuine compliment. Ask how somebody's day was. And just keep it short. This is how we get better at communication. This is how we get better at talking to people. By talking to more people. Make your weakness a strength. Now, again, daily, weekly, monthly, these are just rough estimates, honestly. Still human, I'm gonna try to keep it on track. I got school starting too. This is not gonna be easy, but it's okay, cause like I said, we're gonna build together. We're gonna be strong together. So this would be a nice, fun project for me. Also, I want to hit 1,000 subscribers for my goal. I want to reach more people. I want more people to see the message that I have to say. There's plenty of people like me that's way better than me, that knows way more than me, that can just talk to you and convince you with just such a powerful, booming, just a commanding voice, where I don't have all that skill yet. Honestly, I don't. So I'm trying to just give good advice at the moment, because it doesn't matter who it's said from. Good advice is good advice. It's up to you to decipher what is being said and whether or not that is good or not. But good advice is good advice. If somebody has their leg cut off and they're telling you, don't run by the pool. Don't run by the pool. Sure, he can't run. So how do you know it's not a good idea? At the same time, is it a good idea? This kind of gets to a point where it's like common sense, where you should think for yourself. So just because he doesn't have the ability to run doesn't mean you should run. Hopefully that was a decent analogy. I don't think it was, though. I ain't gonna lie. Again, create a service to service you with Strong Talk. This is not just for me, it's for us. So, obviously, everybody got to get paid. I'm not doing this for the money, but everybody got to get paid. If I'm spending my time and energy into something, I should be able to get something out of it, because what I'm doing should be worth it. Same as you. If you're doing something, anything that you do should be worth it. You shouldn't do something just because you can do it. Like, you should do it because it's worth it. You should do it because it gives something to somebody. I talk to you. I use my brand Strong Talk because it helps. Hopefully. That's the goal. But it helps. It helps people. Helps me too. So if I could create a service out of that'd also be really helpful. Then I can create more and invest more into the business. So creating a service for you. It's not just so then, oh, I'm about to sell you a course or a product. No, this is for us. It's for us. It's where I can talk more about stuff, where I can show you more. I can be more in depth. I can be hands on. But that's a future topic. Connecting with you, building with you. It's not for me and it's not for you. It's for us. Vlog thoughts. This is for us. Tell me what you think. Write down in the comments. Tell me what you think. I think that it'd help me if I saw blah blah blah. I have a problem. I have a friend that's struggling with a problem, and he would like insight on blah blah blah. Also, while you're down there, subscribe, like. We want to reach more people. We want more people to hear what we have to say. My roadmap. Understanding my why. There's no point in doing something if you don't know why you're doing it. So understand your why. This is your drive. This is why you're doing something. This is what reminds you every day why you're doing it. Phase 2 is create my how. How am I going to do this? I understand why. Why am I doing this? Okay, how am I going to do it? How do I do this? Phase 3 is action. We need to take action. None of this matters if I'm not going to actually do it. None of it. And step 4, learn and repeat. You're going to make mistakes. That is okay. You're guaranteed to make mistakes. Learn from your mistakes and then repeat phase 1 through 3. Repeat it. Or just repeat phase 3. Or repeat phase 2 and then jump to phase 4 because you learned from doing phase 3. Whatever works for you. Remember the contact info I was talking about? Here it goes. This is my phone number. Text me about any inquiries that you may have that you want to build with me and grow with me. I have a website for a newsletter, actually. I created it a while back. I haven't promoted it much, but here it is. Here's the newsletter. And me promoting it, hopefully it get more people to click on it. And hopefully it'll give me to, make a weekly newsletter like I said I would. I just haven't. And my email here is something, again, business inquiries, anything of that nature. So, yeah. This is the end. And it's really not. This is hopefully a step forward. Because, again, this is for us. So, again, I thank you. And, yeah. Remember, stay strong with Star Talk. Did I mess that up? We're going to have to redo that. It's okay. We're going to make mistakes. It's all good.